feel like a damn old head. Like I ain't never been on here before or something. That's crazy. But yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? What the hell is going on around here? What the hell is going on right now, fam? They said that 2024 was going to be the year of truth, but they forgot to add a couple of other things in there too. You got a little bit of everything going on right now. You got the good, you got the bad, you got everything in between. You got the wicked, you got the weird, you got the unusual going on. You got what? Folks getting caught being accused of faking IG sex tapes, uh, folks dropping like raindrops every other day, every day, somebody passing away, dropping like a damn raindrop online, offline. You got people in power who might be spiteful pertaining to beef, snubbing people out of the opportunity to perform, all of this type of shit. What the hell is going on right now, yo? Lisa J, appreciate you, Queen, appreciate you. So protect your peace, right? Protect your peace, because I'm telling you, you just need. So as far as like what's been going on, this old Shannon Sharpe thing, I see people be talking about that. I mean, it's simple. They trying to say this man faked the whole situation because he got tired of people calling him gay, which I didn't even see people with. I didn't even hear people saying that like recently. They were saying it at one point in time, but I haven't been hearing people say it like recently. You know, nobody. I would, hopefully he didn't really fake that. I kind of believe what he's saying. He said, "Listen, I'm not a big fan of technology. I didn't know what button I hit." Part of me kind of believe him in a way because I'm like, you can't tell me that this man who got football money and all this other money, he got a popular podcast and all of this shit. You can't tell me this man really care enough about what these people think to fake some sex sounds in the background, or if he really was getting it popping or whatever the case. 755, appreciate you. You can't tell me there are people who are sensitive to being called. I don't care if nobody call me gay or not. Because first off, it's like this: if that's your sexuality, that's your sexuality. I'm the type of person. If I was gay, I would tell it to the world. I wouldn't give a damn. But I'm not, for the record. Let me put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Now they sitting here. You got people trying to figure out who this Michelle girl is. This Michelle person. If you heard the sound. Oh man. I had at first I'm like, this ain't no Shannon Sharpe. Nah, this is not this ain't no club shake right here doing this, man. But we all are grown and everybody like a little something, something behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But at first it didn't sound like him. Lexi, appreciate you. At first it didn't sound like him. I'm listening to the country accent. The country accent. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's Shannon. That's him. That's him. And you know what I'm saying? So now everybody trying to figure out who this Michelle person is. He even said he got people trying to follow him on social media, being sneaky, so they can figure out who he following. And everybody, I hear people talking about it. Everybody talking about, yo, could it be this Michelle? Could it be that Michelle? That's crazy as hell. I wish I might sit here. Could you really be that concerned with another man's sex life that you would really remember back in the days people used to use the phone books. If you wanted to find somebody, you had to like you go in the phone books and you would, if you didn't know their last name, you might have to, the only way you could find somebody is if you knew their last name. But you could either go by their first or last name Like they remind me of those type of people. Like if they do people still even use phone books? I ain't seen a phone book in years. Gary, what's poppin', man? Marlene, appreciate you, appreciate you. But he said people trying to follow him to try to find out who the Michelle person is. They trying to find out who this man was getting it in with. I could never. I would never. And even if you do find out, what is gonna change? What is it gonna do? Like, what is it gonna do for you? So what? Trust and believe me, the type of money that this man got ain't gonna be no money that anybody's. And ain't nobody gonna be able to say, yo, the Michelle, the whoever that was in that video with that man, I'm gonna give you this much money if you come forth. Ain't nobody ain't gonna be able to do that. Cause trust and believe me, now that he know people are trying to find out who it was that was rolling around with him, getting it popping, whoever Michelle may be, you better believe that she taken care of to where you wouldn't even be able to approach. You wouldn't even be able to put that out there. Yo, I got this much money for you. If you come forward, if you were the woman who was in the background with this man, come forward. You better believe he made sure that she taken care of so to where she even gonna consider doing that. You know what I'm saying? But that video was funny. You know, I'm like at first people was like, well, he said he was hacked. He said he was hacked. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking when he went live that he was going to deny it or whatever. No, he ain't deny it. He made jokes about it. He made fun about it, you know, which is what you're supposed to do because sex is something that everybody like, you know what I mean? Some people don't, whatever the case. But, you know, he said, what did he say? He's 56 years old. He's still able to get it in. He's still healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing that even, you know what I'm saying? Most people at that age can't even do nothing like that. So that ain't nothing to even frown upon right there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was tuning in to see what this man was gonna say, but that's a shame. You really got people who trying to figure out what Michelle did. You ain't gonna figure that out. You gonna take time out your life to try to figure out who this man was rolling around with, who he was getting it popping with. You know what I'm saying? Number one, he probably put it down on her so good that she don't want to tell nobody. Secondly, you know, he made sure that she broke off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna figure that out. Kevin, what's poppin', man? What's poppin'? But shout out to him. Shout out to him. You know? But protect your peace, man. Protect your peace, cause it's folks dropping like raindrops and flies out here, man. For the last week, all I've been hearing about are people passing away, dying out here. Now, first it was what was his name? Fat Man Scoop. That was his name. That was. They say death come in threes, but it's been way more than that. At first, it's like, oh damn, this person passed away. Second person passes away, you like, oh wow, another one? Damn. Third person, it's like, oh wow, what's going on out here? It's terrible. And four and five come, and it's like, okay, now what's going on? There's something in the water, something ain't right. Every time I look on social media, I see another name of a celebrity that done passed away. You know, people get old, people pass away, but it's just the it's too close together. You know what I'm saying? It gets spooky sometimes. Jenny, appreciate you. It gets spooky some damn times, right? And they say that this man dropped dead on stage while he's performing, you know, in front of his peoples, his fans, you know, his friends, family. And they say if you're gonna go out, what's that cliche saying that people use? If you had to go out, you know, you want to go out like this. You want to go out doing something that you love to do. Obviously, this man is an icon in music, right? He's performing in front of people. So you would think that as an artist with that status, if he had to, you know, he was going out doing what he loved to do. But at the same time, you don't want to go out where you just drop in front of everybody like that. I think I watched it one time and I'm like, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. You know, it's one of the things make you reconsider. It's like because I think it was a health issue. I believe it was a health issue. You understand? He was trying to get right, but I don't want to say heart attack, but it was something related to his health. You know, and it just remind people to try to take care of yourself if you can. You know what I'm saying? Like death don't got no number on it. You know, it don't have a well, it has a date, but I don't know, man. But And then after that, I start seeing all these other names, and it's just like something ain't right here, man. Something ain't right here. So it just reminds you to protect your peace and just watch yourself because you just don't know. When I be doing these lives, I can't stress enough to people that you gotta be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? This right here, this could be my last live. Anytime we go out the door, that could be our last time. We might not ever come back. I'm not trying to be grim. I'm not trying to make it a sad life or nothing like that. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? But that's a shame, man. Condolences to anybody who has passed, anybody who has lost somebody. It's terrible. So Kendrick Lamar, right? I don't got no problem with Kendrick Lamar, man. He dope. Even though I'm one of the people who didn't really like that song that everybody kept playing that damn song. I'm like, y'all like this? This shit sounds so repetitive and generic. I'm like, or did y'all just like the fact that he was going at Drake? If I had to choose between Kendrick and Drake, I'm gonna go with Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Boy been hot, still bombing on Drake, right? In any other in any other scenario, him performing at the Super Bowl should not be up to debate. He earned that. He already performed one time a few years back, I believe. Um, he earned that. But in this case, I completely understand what people is talking about. There's literally a clip of Lil Wayne saying, "I would love," basically in so many words, "I would love to perform at the Super Bowl." Right? Coming to Louisiana and having a West Coast rapper perform at the Super Bowl, to some people they looking at it like that's not a big deal at all. It's just the Super Bowl. This man was hot. He been putting it. Lil Wayne been hot for years though. We talking about Louisiana. This is how you know money overrides courtesy and respect. Because even if you don't like Wayne or whatever the case is, yeah, the fact of the matter is, if Kendrick would have never had this Drake situation, he might not. He probably wouldn't even have got picked to perform at the Super Bowl. So did he get that just because he went at Drake? And this is when people start talking about beefs. Uh, they talk about the situation between Jay Z and Drake and Wayne and all of this shit. And then some people's like, yo, yes, Jay Z does have a part in the decision making of who is to perform at the Super Bowl, but there are other people. So I mean, when you talking money, tell you something. Is Jay Z that? Is he that big to where he get the very last saying over the white folk, or is them white folk gonna get the last saying? I could believe that the white folk get the very last saying. They make the last vote. You know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about no Lil Wayne. They don't care nothing about no respect or no courtesy, paying no homage, because that really is like a slap in the face of Wayne, man. That's a slap in the face. You come into that man, like, you got everybody saying like, wait a minute now. When you go to New York, you get a 50 over Jay Z. When you go to the West Coast, you get a Kendrick or a Snoop. When you go to Louisiana, you get a Master P or Wayne. Like, there's nothing. This shouldn't even be nothing to talk about. Um, Nicole, hey, appreciate you. 755 said, I think he truly deserves it just on that last performance. That was fire. You talking about Kendrick 755? Yeah, I think I ain't got nothing against him. You know what I'm saying? Um, he if anybody else besides Wayne, it would be Kendrick that deserves that. But I don't think just because it's bigger than that for me. Cause like I say, man, if it ain't about courtesy and respect, then it ain't about nothing, man. You understand? So I do feel like it's a slap in the face to that man. I feel like he should have the opportunity to perform over Kendrick. Like a West Coast, just look at a West Coast rapper coming to perform in Louisiana over a legend like Wayne. It don't make sense to me. I actually it does make sense because like I say, money overrides courtesy, respect, homage, and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? some of that stuff just it's not as important as making money. We know that morals and principles, and come on, man. It ain't like I say, it ain't even nothing against Kendrick, man. Any other situation, it's like, yeah, yeah, he deserved that. Look what he did. He's still that. First off, that Drake shit is over with. He's still bombing on Drake. I'm tired of hearing about Kendrick and Drake. There's too much going on in the world to even be talking about them. That's dead. You won. All right, you won. We can say that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even focused on who winning a damn like all this shit going on in the world. Like we got all type of shit going on. Elections, folks passing away, all type of shit. You think I give a fuck about who winning on beat? You think I care about that? Nobody don't care about that, huh? Don, what up, bro? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sandman, what's good, man? Yeah, damn, I ain't seen you in a minute. I remember that name. I do remember that name. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I don't know though. Like I say, yeah, the man deserves it. He went hard, but you got to question if it wasn't for the Drake situation, would they have chosen? Do you think they would have chosen him? He's having a hot year and all of that. But it's like, let me find out if it does come down to Jay Z being the one to make that decision. Let me find out that a man could have so much money, have so much success and status, everything he want in the world, bad wife, family. He living the American dream 10 times over. Imagine a man with all of that having that much spite towards another man and snubbing him out of, I don't want to say his right, but that's it's close to that. I don't necessarily want to say that Wayne performing at the Super Bowl is his right, but it's kind of something like that, and only certain people understand that. If you know about courtesy and respect, I keep throwing them words around. I don't know, man. 755 say right. Okay, let's about the beef. I just love the way so many people come together on that pop out deal. Yeah, of course it's about coming together, and that's the perspective of Louisiana right there. 755. Their whole point is, y'all coming to our city with this and everything. We want to support. We love the Super Bowl too, but why Wayne is our guy. Like it's bittersweet for us, cause we watched Wayne grow up. We've seen the work he put in. That's hometown hero shit right there. You know, we would love it a lot more if you could put our guy on that stage instead of a West Coast rapper. Whether it had been north or south, in north, west, east, or whatever the case, I don't know, man. And folks is like, well, wonder if he was to bring Wayne out there with him. That's not even the same, I don't even think that would be the case. Because, like I said, everything is tied in, all this beef shit, man. What Sandman said, I was told that Drake has been poking the bear for years with subs. Then Kendrick just, said enough. Yeah, I didn't listen to it, but I guess Kendrick like still bombing on him, whatever. It's over. I don't think there's nobody that's gonna debate that. It's over. And for the record, here's my thing. I don't even care about the Super Bowl like that. You know what I'm saying? The last time I sat and actually watched the Super Bowl that I was interested in and I had a prediction and a winner, I'm talking like probably over 10 years ago. I'm talking back when Russell Wilson was with the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Marshawn Lynch, Richard Sherman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be watching NFL like that. You know what I'm saying? If I was somebody who was planning on watching it, I definitely would be bittersweet for me. But what this situation shows is just a couple of things. Number one, money overrules everything, which ain't new. This is just a reminder of that. Money is always going to override, principle and values, and that's a shame. That's how the world is. It's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Dome say it's the biggest I seen K Dot. Yeah, he been on fire, Dome. The boy been on fire, definitely. I ain't never had a issue with Kendrick at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. There you go, Dome. See, that's what I'm saying. He said he wouldn't be if it wouldn't been for this Drake situation. So Some people feel like he might. I ain't gonna say he owed Drake a thank you or nothing like that. I'm not gonna say put it like that. But imagine that it's just crazy to me. The only reason that a man got put in that position is because he went at another man. You know, like everybody liked that song and all of that. I feel like the song was kind of trash. Me personally, I didn't like it. It felt too generic to me. I've heard Kendrick way better than that. Hell, swimming pools is better than that shit. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of that one record? I forgot the name of it. He had the video when the head was on fire and all of that shit. Don't Kill My Vibe was better than that. I didn't like it. It was a theme that everybody was bumping. It's just one of those songs that's real generic. It's catchy. You understand? At first it's like, oh yeah, okay. But halftime show, I definitely will not be watching. I do not want to hear that damn song. And I know I probably sound like a hater saying this, but that's not what it is. I'm just, you know, I get tired of shit quick. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just saying. I've heard better music from Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Don't say Drake was sneak this and that, man. I believe all of that. You know what I mean? Like the industry is dirty. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching a documentary last night on someone who had put together, like the timeline of the Jay Z, Drake, Wayne, and Kendrick beef, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. People be worried about the wrong shit. Like, because from my understanding, it was like, yo, Jay Z and Wayne don't really rock with each other like that. But Wayne is on record saying everything is good and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I don't know. Is it a matter of what's that saying? What's that word? Guilty by association. Is that what it is here? Is that why this man got snubbed out of an opportunity? Like it's hands down, man. And I'm not even from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I say, anytime you seen the Super Bowl, like if they was going to New York, you know, you're gonna get a Jay Z or 50. You know what I'm saying? You go to the Midwest, you're gonna get somebody who's been putting on for the Midwest. Like from what I had heard, that one year at the Super Bowl when Eminem was supposed to perform, I think it was in New York. The rumor was that Jay Z didn't really even want 50 to be on the stage then, but they saying Eminem was like, well, listen, I'm not going to perform if you ain't got my mans up there. And that's a shame to think that a white man got more courtesy pertaining to the code than another black man who, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, I don't know, man. That's wild, bro. It's just courtesy and respect. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I would like to hear how Wayne feel about it though. I would like to hear, you know? Obviously the man said he wanted to perform there, but does he care that much? Or maybe he just, how did Jay-Z get in that position anyway? I know he been had, a little spot, in the sports thing and all of that, but how he even get there like that? Like, see, I'm one of those people, I was never really too big on Jay-Z. Being from the East Coast and everything, I'm not saying I don't have some Jay Z records that I bump and all of that, but I don't look at him the same way that a lot of other East Coasters do. You know what I'm saying? I could think of a million other artists who I feel like is better than him. You know what I mean? But I can't hate on the grind. I can't hate on the grind. Homie worked his way from the bottom to the top, to get that spot that he got. But a person who I'm not saying that he is because we'll never know for sure. We don't know what Jay Z thinking. He could be thinking, listen, hold up. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I only had a little say so. I would have loved for Wayne to perform at the Super Bowl. I got other people here that, I'm not, other people putting in their votes too. It's not just on me. For all we know, he could be thinking that. He's not going to say it because he's not the type of person to get on social media and go back and forth with people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If he was to put out a tweet, people would be going crazy up in that thing. Pause. They will be going crazy on social media. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if that is the case, somebody who has spite like that, using personal and business, it never mixes, right? It never mixes because when you're doing business, emotions only hold you back. They'll only hold you back and they can stop you from succeeding. So having a person who, and it's not their fault, you know what I'm saying? But a person that could be so spiteful towards another man and that's just crazy to me. All the money you shouldn't even be hearing about these type of situations. These dudes have made it out the hood. They like some of the biggest names in the world and shit. Like Sneak this in and like snatching opportunities and all. You shouldn't even be hearing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me an opportunity. If I had any of that stuff that they had to the point where I had status and all of that, you think I would be caring about what another man said about me? You can have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, they're past the American dream. Like, come on, man. These dudes got everything that they could ever ask for. It's a shame. You do it, you get everything, you do everything, and when you bored, you entertain the bullshit. Like the Drake and Kendrick situation, like I even forgot what that shit even started over. It's just corny, man. You know. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just wanted to tap back in because this is a whole lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? They had the election the other night. Was that last night? It was. Was that last night? The Trump and Kamala election. I don't really be listening out for elections and shit. Debate is what it was. Only reason I was watching it is because somebody was reacting to it. If it had not been for her, I probably would not even be checking it out or whatever the case is. But I don't know. I'm still not really. I'm still not really sure of who I would go with in that case. I'm the type of person. I don't. I choose not to vote, not just because I don't care about who's chosen, but because I genuinely don't know who's the better option. You understand? Like that all that debate really showed was that these people going around beating around the bush, but they're not telling you what you need to know as a person who plans on voting. Like you're not giving me that final, you know what I mean? That final the oomph that I need to make me say, okay, I'm gonna choose this person over this person. It wasn't giving me that from what I was listening to, and it's never that. So I always end up not voting because it's like, I mean, shit, you know. When it was, but at first I was leaning towards Trump. You got two piles of shit. Which one got you got two shit pies, but one of them just happened to have a little bit more sprinkles on it. That's what it is basically. The devil is the devil you know versus the devil you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it is. You gotta choose between lesser of two evils type shit. It's always that way. That's why I hate politics. That's why I try not to even get into politics. It's always some fuck shit. It's always some bullshit. Yeah. I said it 755. I damn sure did. Somebody gave me that analogy a couple months back. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, you got two shit pies. It just so happened that one got a few bit more sprinkles in it. Huh? That's basically what it is. Next, he say, I guess money doesn't buy class. Right? Yeah. We know that, but when you see these situations that play out, it's just a reminder. You know what I mean? It's a reminder. It do like it's a shame. I could never, I could never let money like interfere with, with the values that that I came up on that I would instill in my children if I had some someday. You know what I mean? There's just some things I feel like are more important than money. I feel like as long as you have that mindset, money, materialistic, you're talking about being happy right now, but it's like you care anything about when you're gone. Like people gonna say, "Oh yeah, he was a rich motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? He had everything in the world, but we didn't like him though. You know what I'm saying? He was a rich dude and everything, but he was selfish. He didn't give back to the community or anything like that. He wasn't a good person. He was in there. A lot of these rich people, you know what I'm saying? They just some low down, shiesty motherfuckers. And the ones that's really actually using money to do something positive or good, they don't really get they just do. You know what I'm saying? It's the pieces of shit we hear about. Right, right. It's a sad thing to see how values go out the window with some folk, with a lot of folk, with a lot of folk. I just feel like this what, like, here's my perspective for me. As a kid, I was like, I can say that I was like, growing up as a kid, as a teenager, I was like spoiled rotten, right? I never went without. Always had what I wanted. If I asked for it, I got it. And it wasn't always a lot that I asked for, but what I wanted, I always got. So I never went without. So I was kind of spoiled like early on in life. I can say that looking back now. You understand when it comes down to it. So I learned at a real young age because when I got everything that I had everything, it still didn't stop my situation I had when I went through my depression. When I went through that dark stage in my life, none of that shit mattered. Anything I had or wanted, all that, I was getting older and I was, understanding what life was really about. It's more than just about video games and bikes and money and allowances and all of that shit. It didn't stop what I had to go through. So after I went through that, that's kind of when I became awoke. That's when it was like, wow, there really is way more important things than materialistic. Materialistic things can only give you happiness for a short amount of time. You understand? But what about tomorrow? What about the next day? What about the future? You know what I'm saying? There's way more important things than material. You know what I mean? If it's something that can be broken, if it's something that can be spent, then goddamn, how important could it really be compared to other things? What about respect? You can pass that down, you can pass that over, you know what I mean? You can build a rapport off of respect. Courtesy. You want to be treated a certain way, so you treat someone else that same way. The rapports, the relationships, things like that. Those things are way more important than materialistic. And I'm not down to anybody who thinks different. Some people just grew up a certain way or they believe. Nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having nice shit or anything like that, but I'm saying after that, because everything that you have, everything that you want to go out and get or whatever, you know, it's only going to take your mind off of the bigger picture for so long. So now it's like, yeah, I got everything I want, but there's a lot going on out here. There's more going on out here. This shit ain't gonna keep me happy for that long. That's the way I started looking at it. So the politics thing, I don't do that, man. There's two things I stay away from: politics and religion. Shout out and respect to anybody who favors either one. But I guess I kind of consider myself a little bit of a free spirit. You know what I mean? I just believe in. I understand how precious life is. You know what I'm saying? When you see death up close, and then you see it happening like every other day, you hear about people who you just talked to passed away just that quick. People that you shook their hand, gave a dap to, hugged them one day. Then it's something we all go through. But I'm just saying, some people don't understand. I feel like some people don't really understand what life is really about, man. And it is my perspective at the end of the day, but I'm just saying from my perspective, like it's just bigger than all of that. You understand? Man, appreciate y'all rocking, man. Appreciate y'all rocking out and all of that. Yeah, politics ain't never been my thing, cause it ain't never been my deal. It's always some bullshit. It's more negative than positive. We're forced to choose between these few individuals that don't give a fuck about nobody. You know what I mean? And even when they get chosen, they still have to, there's still other people that are behind them, helping them make their decisions or whatever. So even then, they don't necessarily get the last word, do they? We're always stuck. When Obama got chosen, let's keep it real. The reason he got chosen was because he has some black in him. People look back on that and they say, "Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all only voted for that man because he was black, whatever." Let's be real. Whatever. What other reason would we gonna choose somebody for? Now, the first time we seen somebody with his complex, we can't change. We can't change who's running for president, and we have to choose one of these two. We can't change anything that Obama was going to do after he was chosen. So for right now, let's just choose the black guy. So we'll at least be able to say there was some sort of nigga in the White House. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can say to this day, but that's all we had to go off of. Usually it's, well, I don't know which one of these people I want to choose. I'm still trying to figure it out. It was obvious at that time. Yeah, let's put a little bit of niggism up in the White House. Let's do that. If this is the only time, the only chance we get to do it, damn, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. We'll be at least be able to say that. Probably won't ever happen again in life, so let's do it. You damn right. You heard him 5-5? Dead ass. People shit on Obama because he didn't really, he didn't get things done the way at that time. Again, I wasn't into politics. Now, just because a man of his complexion gets in there, that don't mean everything is gonna change for black folk. Nah, you know. But it's like this: you have to have that final push to choose one of the individuals that are voting. And the fact that there had never been a black man in there, or half a black, or whatever they say about him, it had never been done before. So if I can't think of any other besides the other person, what was his name? Mitt Romney, I think it was. He was going to get. So I remember it like it was yesterday. I was laid out on my bed, and then they ended. They was collecting the votes and all of that shit, and they came back that he had. So I said, say word, get out of here. I jumped up. I'm like, yo, they got. I couldn't believe it. You know, but it's just a moment in time. It's a moment in time, and that's all it'll ever be. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to this Kamala chick, it's like I'm not fully aware of her background. Like she has some black in her or something or whatever the case, but doesn't own up to it. She doesn't own that because she doesn't want to be, you know, she doesn't want to be, she don't want to be down with the, you know what I'm saying? They was saying about her, yo, she done locked up all these men and shit like that. But then somebody had did did some content on that, and he was like, y'all don't understand. She really didn't lock up all those brothers like that. It wasn't as big a number as y'all thought. You understand? But anybody who has a background, a heritage, you know, and they don't really like own up to it because it's like you looking down on it then. So why would it, she kind of made it easy with that. Anytime you hear the woman talk, she ain't saying shit. Anytime I've ever listened to her talk, she wasn't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? So why would you want to vote for her? There was some comedians and shit going on online. I remember who was it? Lunel. Shout out to her. She even got a channel on here. She was like, y'all should be ashamed of yourself for not choosing this black woman. Something like that she said. She did say something like that. There's two things she got going for her, but she's not owning up to one of those things. One of those things is, obviously she's a woman, but she got some black in or whatever the case. I'm not sure what percentage. You look at it, you can see it, but I'm not sure exactly what percentage it is. But they say she ain't owning up to that. So that right there, I'm taking points away. you got a problem with black folk. Then if you can't own up to it, you yell that shit out proud. Anybody who's of a certain ethnicity, yell that shit out to the world. What are we talking about? I'm proud to be brown, black, whatever the case. Some people, they don't like the black word. Some people say I'm African American or I'm brown, whatever the case. That's being too damn technical for me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my skin color is, I'm that. All right? Shit. I got time for that. 755 say, I'm heavy into politics and religion. Don't mind a healthy conversation. Okay, okay. No, that's not it. Kamala is Indian and Jamaican mix, and Jamaicans don't say they black, they say they Jamaican. Okay, okay. Got you. It's Jamaican. And I mean Jamaican, they still got that complexion though. So it's like, now I see what you say, 5-5, but it's still like, to me, it's still like, well, damn. I mean, you still have laws. You got that complexion. That's how people gonna look at it. You know what I'm saying? People still gonna look at it like that. Um, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I just saying this: when you watch these debates and shit, they're supposed to be giving reasons, right, for why they should be the one to take the job or whatever the case. But instead, they just give us more of a reason of why we're not decided yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I think I was having some connection problems, yo. Hold on. But at the end of the day, don't say I'm still leaning towards Kamala. Yeah. Oh, so you got your mind made up on Dawn? Yeah, I don't know. Now tell me this, right? Because I remember folks was saying that this how you know I'm not tapped in fully. But then you see things and you hear things, right? They were saying that Trump wanted to like give immunity to cops. Was that true? They saying that it's true, and then some people saying it's not true. And just recently, I heard somebody say it again. I keep hearing people say it's true, it's not true. So which one is it? Because let's just, even if it ain't Trump, let's just speak in general. Any president that would ever want to give the police immunity, you automatically lose to me. You see what they out here doing. They doing the complete opposite, the complete opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. I would never choose a president that would even say some shit like that. What? So you said, because the thing is, that's going to lead somewhere bad, because you're saying that. Let me paint this picture for you. So you're saying that if they could just go out here and just start knocking off black folk, and like more purposely, even though they already, you know what I mean? Like, how more purposeful could it really be? You saying there's no type of justice for the family or anything like that. You see, what's gonna happen from that is is people gonna get tired of that, and they're gonna say, "Well, this person can't go to jail." Any other time it would have been 20, 30 years maybe, but the president gave this man who took my brother, who took my father, who took my wife, who took my sister, who took my son, who took my daughter away from me, immunity. Do you really think I just see a whole fucking war breaking out over that shit, bro? Even if it's just like slightly regional, but people are gonna take matters into their own hands. Nobody gonna let that slide. You asking for trouble by giving these guys immunity, because you trust and believe me. If you don't handle it, I'm handling it. I'm still working on myself. And when you touch certain people I care about, I'll take that opportunity. I'll take that chance. You ain't getting away with that. We doing something. Something happening. Something happening. That, are you talking about? opening the gates of hell if you was to do some shit like that. So we supposed to sit back, let them do what they want to do, and they can't even go to jail for it. So that means we got to sit there and just let that boil up inside of us. And it's like, you know what? Fuck that. We riding out on his ass. Because there are people who will risk their lives for revenge. There are people out here who will do that. I never want to go to prison. You understand? I believe people got to be careful with the moves that they make. But there's sometimes in life where it's like, listen, sometimes you got to handle shit, man. And the consequences you don't think about until after the fact. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me see. And himself to immunity. It's about a 900 page agenda 25. Mm. Agenda 2025 is true. So it is true. Well, he said he was going to a dictator day one only, really just one day. Yeah, right. He's a dumb fella. Yeah, like, so you understand what I'm saying when I tell y'all politics just ain't my spill, man. It's not my spill. You know? Like it's they they're supposed to give us reasons for why I want to choose them. People already got their mind made up. I've never voted a day in my life. Thought about it, came close to. I never voted a day in my damn life. And people steady be saying, y'all want change, but y'all won't vote. Y'all, and they say you want change, but you won't vote. You got to cut that out. Oh, but if my vote is only one vote, people say we got to cut that out. My vote is only one. I mean, that is true though. That is the case. If everybody who chooses to vote goes and votes, right? And let's say I was the last person to put in my vote, it would still be off by probably like a good, let's just say like 30,000 votes or something. One person's vote is never going to make a difference. But of course, if you're talking about a collection of people, then yeah, you know, that's really a collective thing. The thing is, they're saying to everybody, y'all together, if y'all vote, that person that you don't want to get in there, maybe we could stop it. So I get it. Ultimately, I get it. Yeah, but what's going on? Appreciate you. People only have a couple months to get educated or may cost a great deal. I'm done talking, brother. Real. Appreciate you, 755. He also is cutting ties with some countries that are and that abortion thing will be on the table. Now that I do remember hearing a little bit about. Yeah, appreciate you, Amber. You already know. But ultimately, y'all, it's just like they make it easy to not want to have anything to do with politics. There's always some bullshit. There's always some bullshit. Like if these are my options, like if these are my options, how could I want to be anxious? Like I'm not exactly anxious to get to the voting booth or whatever. Like I'm gonna just see how it play out. I ain't gonna lie, I never thought Trump would really even get in there when he did. I just when I first heard about it, I'm like, Trump is president. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can't really say I was like all that surprised either, because that what does that go back to? And it was the first thing people were saying. Well, he had money, so if Trump wants to run for president, it's going to be a little easy for him to get in there because he already got something going for him. Money overrides everything. That's the one thing I hate about this country, bro. They say America's supposed to be the richest country in the world and all of this. But who was that good for? I'm sure we're living better than, some of these other places that are just fucked up and got all tight. Like whenever, no matter how much you may be hurting, there's always somebody hurting more. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. America got their problems. They say it's the richest country and all that. We got these other places. They got this shit going on that could be worse than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's bittersweet. That's a double edged thing right there. You understand? I don't get too deep into politics, man. Like I scratch the surface of a subject. Speak on that. I can't get too deep. I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still in my face though, so I'm still tapped in as much as I need to be, and understand what be going on. And I just choose not to, like, if I'm speaking on it like how I am now, I'll go this far and that's it. I'm gonna talk about the two people that are running or whatever the case, and then you got the third person. Like, I want Cornell West really has independent and but say the white hats put them in there. Yeah. But in two subjects that I just spoke on, in two subjects that I just spoke on, they both have that one thing in relation. Money played a part, influence over what's right. You know what I'm saying? Over what's right. Yeah, that ain't that just ain't the way I live my life, man. Like it's like somebody was saying to me last night. I want a president who is, my choice is dependent on the president who's gonna, make changes and do things that are, like understanding to my life and the way I live my life. Like, you know, if you got a president who can't relate, that's the first. That's when you hear that right there, you taking points off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Trump is not in it for the money. He's in it for humanity. Oh, I know he ain't in it for the money. You know what I'm saying? He's in it for humanity. So are you saying you feel like Trump is the better choice, Amber? Is that what you're saying? And trust me, I'm not against nobody's choice or anything like that. And I'm not the type of person that some people get like super crazy when they hear somebody has chosen another, when they chose the other person. And be like, oh, you chose, what's the name? Do you know what they done? Do you know what they did? Did you do your research? Some people get like super crazy and shit like that. Like, calm down, calm down. You gonna explain all this to me? I'm still gonna choose them. You know, I don't do the political debate thing. Folks act like they ain't got no damn sense, man. And they're not eating animals because they're hungry sacrifices. Oh Lord have mercy. 755 say everyone has an opinion, but not everyone is in touch with themselves. I hear you on that 755. That was deep. That was deep. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, you go with your gut instinct. Um, if you want to choose somebody who's like, I don't even want to use the words like change the world, because they say make America great again. What exactly does that mean? Exactly. Like make America great again. Like, and as an American myself, it's like it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and just like straight up bash the country. But there's a lot of fuck shit that be going on over here. But compared to what some of these other countries be dealing with and going through, it's like, you can only say so much. But it's like, of course, I will speak on the things that we see. We just had another school, or another school, or I don't want them to block me out and shit. School shooting situation, that shit happened. And it's crazy because I was saying it was so crazy. I was saying to myself before that happened, I was saying, yo, it's been a while since we've heard about a school shooting. Not saying it like, oh, I want to see it happen. Obviously not. But I was just, thinking about history, like the annals of history and shit, and like all the things that go on in the world. And I'm like, well, out of everything that's going on, at least we haven't heard about a school shooting in a while. And then, I kid you not, a couple of days after I had that thought, I see that little boy on the TV talking about God was with me. God had his hands wrapped around me. I woke up in the morning seeing that. I'm like, yo, that's spooky right there. That's some spooky shit. It's not typing out what I'm saying. I'm sorry. It's not typing. All right, you good, Amber. You good. You good. Has anyone ever seen a Chinese food commercial? Asking. Mm. You noticed that. You never seen that before. I never seen one in all my years. Nah. I don't take care of my pets to be given to a Chinese restaurant. Mm. I used to be kind of big on Chinese food. I ain't gonna lie. And this was years ago. Even though the people around me say, "Yo, don't fuck with that shit, bro. Don't do it." And I'm like, it's just some rice. It ain't gonna hurt. Some shrimp fried rice ain't gonna hurt. I would only get the shrimp fried rice, the egg roll. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That orange chicken should be banging. You know what I'm saying? But what had kind of like put a stop to it for me, even though I had always heard about that myth, the whole they kill animals and all of this shit. You know, like a part of me was like, well, hell, we been cutting up animals and all of this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a part of eating meat. But I wasn't saying that to say I want to eat cat either. I'm saying I was just saying like, okay, because you know how you got how you got like those health people who always say, yo, that's bad for you, that's bad for you. So you mean tell me even though you're not eating everything I'm eating, you don't think you're eating anything at all that that could be bad for you? I can't stand them health expert fools and shit because I'm like, okay, sure, you ain't eating everything I'm eating, but I'm sure there's something I could pick. I'm sure if I did my research to some of the things you eat, and I'm sure there's something that you're consuming that's not necessarily all that great for you. So cut it out with that pointing the finger shit. But anyway, when it comes to Chinese food, bro, I had seen this video online where it was some black folk. They went in a Chinese spot. They was in line, and I remember this shit like it was yesterday. And I feel like it was 100% legitimate. Um, there was a black man or a black woman. There was a bag they had found in the alleyway right outside of the Chinese spot. It was a bag with, these little small animals. They were skinned, they were raw, and, they definitely looked like cats. And it's probably what it probably was. The bag was outside. The bag of them, I don't know how the hell it even happened like that. That's what made me wonder, is this really real? You mean to tell me this shit was just there in the alleyway like that? They brought the bag in. They showed it to the Chinese folk. Like, what is this? Is this what y'all doing up in here? Like, what the fuck is this? What this is what y'all really doing? Your Chinese folk, they ain't really know what to say. They speaking that shit they be speaking. You can't really understand them. You know what I'm saying? But they were just like they turned everybody who was in line off, and I seen that clip a couple of years ago. After that, that's when I kind of like slowed down to Chinese food because that looked like a legitimate video to me. Even though it's like, why would that bag just be there? You mean tell me a bag of some skin cats is just sitting right in the alleyway like that? Like y'all letting it slip like that? Y'all slipping like that, bro? 755 says anyone know what forms body at birth? Amber said the woman's age that is what Chinese food tastes like, I will eat that. But not no pet cat. Mm. If I say no concussions. If you eat McDonald's, you can eat anything. Remember the squid stand? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't eaten McDonald's in years either. You know, the only thing I eat fast food wise, peach and wings. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know, it be literally the same thing every time I order it, but at least I know what's up. You know, so I know what's up, but I know what I'm eating. My bad. So my volume keeps getting low. My bad. My bad. Oh, probably because I'm getting close to the phone and I'm like backing out. But do I remember that one situation that happened? Let me see. I forget. Yeah. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know how good y'all can hear me. Hold on. Let me move around a little bit. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me okay right now. I'm gonna continue speaking though. All right, appreciate you. Speaking of like restaurant, um, of situations where like restaurants had this happen and certain things being found. You sound good now. I think you were just muffled over. All right, appreciate you. I forgot what restaurant this was. It was a long time ago. It turned out to be a situation that this woman had concocted. It was a plan that this woman had concocted. But what restaurant was that where the woman had the damn chili? I remember the chili and the finger story. I forgot what restaurant that shit was. I think it might have been one of like on McDonald's or something like that. There was a damn finger in the motherfucking chili. It was a woman who had found it. And then next thing you know, it was like I forget the whole story, but she had put the finger in there. And I forget if it was real or not. It had something to do with her husband, I think. It was just a whole different situation. Once the doors got open to it, it was like, damn, so what the hell going on here? You know? Hey, Rain, hey, what's up? Appreciate you guys, appreciate you. The moon is pretty. That's why for a long time. That's why for a long time they couldn't say two all beef patties. That finger was a host. Yeah, I just forget the name of the place or whatever. But um, all people got to do is pay attention to like online shit. I remember there was this one time where it was another. I want to say it was a Burger King, right? Now I know they put the lettuce on the burgers and stuff like that. There was this kid who was working there. I don't know what made this kid do this. The ignorance is real, right? This kid had put up a picture of him like standing on the lettuce that they put on the burgers. The lettuce was on the dirty ass floor in the kitchen and he was standing on it. He literally took a picture of it and he just posted it online. And the picture had kind of went viral. It went to Reddit. I don't know if y'all know what Reddit is. It's like a forum, where people, it's like a bunch of different sections and stuff like that. So what they did was they used the picture and I guess they tried to find out, they tried to track down which establishment it was, right? So from that picture, they used the picture to find the boy's actual account. And then they found out what city, what town he was in. And then I think they went there and I'm not sure if they had shut it down or if they had got fired. But let me tell you, that shit like that people will always be wary of your fast foods. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to, creep and like, I ain't trying to like get people to stop eating what they eating or nothing like that because it ain't on me. You know what I'm saying? We all eat something that another person is gonna be like, oh, you eat that? You know what I'm saying? Like we all eat something. You know what I mean? But look, yeah, it was something about her, her husband or something like that. Yeah. But what about KFC? Can't call themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken because their chicken is now made. Yeah, I remember seeing something about that too. Like their chicken, not something about their chicken. My cousin works for CDC. She told me don't eat it. Years later, the story broke. I do remember something coming out about that. That's crazy. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I ain't gonna lie. I liked the mashed potatoes, the damn what was the little chicken tenders or whatever the case is. It's just a shame, man. All these places that are in business all over the world, and they do the most disgusting shit. And you really not watch. You can't see what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing before the meat comes to the damn restaurant. Because if we heard these stories about some of the shit we know now, we would have never known, right? If we heard these stories about some of this stuff, imagine all the other stories and things that we don't know about. You know what I mean? That's the way you got to look at it. That's wild. That's wild. And just say, bless your food and eat. Right? That's basically all we could do, huh, Amber? 755 says stories of master in fast food restaurants. I didn't miss I didn't misspell YouTube. But yeah, like as far as the fast food thing, if it ain't pizza and wings, then that's it. That's it. But it kind of go back to what I be saying, man. Like it's just so much shit you gotta look out for in the world, man. The good, bad, the in between, the unusual, the weird, the ridiculousness. You know what I'm saying? There's always something to look out for. There's always a new finding every day. You know what I mean? That's why I just try to focus on protecting my peace and enjoying the time, the little bit of unsure time I do have here, you know, and I'm just moving, I'm just sliding accordingly to everything in life. Whether it's people, whether it's any situation I come across, just everything around me, I'm just sliding accordingly to. Because that's all you really can do. That's the only thing you have control over is the way you react to the things you find out, react to the people around you, react to the situations that, the roadblocks that stand in front of you. It's how you react to them. It's how you deal with these things. Life is going to throw a curveball 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? It's just about how you react to it. It's about how you bounce back. How do you get up? How do you deal with that? So that's why I push, those words accordingly because that's what it really comes down to, man. You can't change certain things. You can't do a damn thing about a lot of things that are going on in the world. You know what I mean? Yes, enjoy your peace. That's why for me, homemade food is the best. Yeah, people like cooking at home. People don't, like, mm-mm. At least I can see what I can see. I know what I'm putting in my food. You know what I'm saying? The more awake you are, the sadder the world is. That you took the words out of my mouth, Amber, and I think that's kind of where I'm at with it right now, and that's what I was kind of like saying earlier when I was speaking on, you know, how much I don't care about like materialistic and money is not something that could ever change me or move me, not at this stage in my life. You know what I mean? Because when you're really paying attention, when you're really analyzing, you see things from a different perspective. You see things so much differently. Everything was red, blue, and green before. Now you see black and white when you take that second look. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't see this before. I didn't notice this before. Now I understand what's going on here. You know? So I know exactly what you mean when you say that. It's weird. It's weird. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot going on out here. Being enlightened comes with the price. I've seen the pain of the world. I got rid of everything I owned. I rehomed all my animals and I left everything behind about 4 months ago. Okay, really? Well, shout out to you for doing what you feel like you had to do, you know? But yeah, man, just protect your peace, you know, and you know, like I be saying, like just slide accordingly, you know. I took the act out and I just put the word slide because, yeah, well, it may sound a little better to me when I say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it still means the same thing. It still means the same thing. Whether you on point today, age is not just a number. Nah, age definitely not just a number. You know, and we seen that when that Rich Quan, what's his name, the rapper, Rich Homie Quan, passed away. Even though some people feel like it wasn't an actual overdose, some people would say, you know, there's a little bit more to it. 34 years old. Like I'm around that same age range. Like that's you know that's crazy. Like if you paid attention to like certain headlines that been going around, you know, there's so many celebrities that just like dropped like that within the past week. You know, people we grew up watching, or maybe listened to. I remember Shannon Doherty. I feel like I'd be saying her name wrong. It was like a month ago. She had passed because she was fighting cancer for some years. We all know at least one person who's fighting that battle right there. You know, it's just a lot going on in the world, man. When you really like take that second look, it's like, damn. So this is what's really going on. You know, and even though, like, when you hear about these people passing away, it's like, no, we're not related to them. We're not friends with them, anything like that. But it's still, you know, like I said, they say death comes in threes. Like, I don't know, but how true is that really? Because every time I see people, you know, every time I see, like, let's say three different people pass away, like maybe a week or a couple of days apart from each other, there's always another name right after them. And by the time you add it up in totality, it's like seven people. So what's going on out here? Like what's going on? It's a difficult thing, but understand that there's light and darkness. Flow the light. Follow the light, Caroline. Follow. Follow the light, Caroline. My new beginning will have no attachment, so to speak. 34 is still brand new. Yeah. 34 years old, you know? Amber's headed off the grid, I feel you. Off grid to the family. Turn off grid to the government. Yeah. I appreciate y'all, you know, listening to me talk my ish, man. You know, I just had to tap in because I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of everything that's been going on, going around lately, and I'm like, yo, it's wild out here. You know, you got people say that it normally gets like crazy around like election time and you know, like debate time and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about that time of the year. Like I said, they said that this year is supposed to be the year of truth and all of that, but I feel like this. I feel like it's a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? Like I can't put the words together, but it's not just the year of truth. It's the year of something else too. I just can't find the right words to put it together. But it's a lot going on. You know, I'm just taking a look at everything. I'm like, yo, what's going on out here? If it's not, if it's not something going on over here, it's something going on this way. If it's not something going on this way, it's something going on over there. So I just slide accordingly to everything, man. To balance it all out, Just slide accordingly to everything, yo. Telling you, really depending on God is extremely different and completely enlightening. These young black male rappers drop like flies. Why don't the female young? Yeah, you know, I never thought of that. I never actually thought of that. 755. The last female rapper I heard about who had passed away, which actually she was shot. You know, they pulled up on her ass because she was a wild one. I forgot her name. I forgot her damn name. But she was a she was kind of like a female drill rapper, I guess you could say. What had happened was, and people were talking about this. She was known for having like a domestic situation, I guess, with a guy she used to deal with. And she did an interview talking about how she was smoking on this dude's ashes and stuff like that. You know, because in certain places, you know, that's the thing to make fun of. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, you'll hear the slang, smoking on Tuka, right? And that's like insult to injury for some people. They're saying, you know, I'm smoking on your dead end. I'm smoking on your man's, you know. We rolling up your man's tonight, boy. We got that fire. We like, you know, it's just a slap in the face. And she did this interview that went, you know, it kind of went viral. And she basically like laughed at the man's family. You know, I guess the man was, you know, putting hands on her. He was abusing her, which you know that ain't cool or nothing like that. But damn, um, everybody got family. Everybody got somebody that love them. You understand? So that's something to think about right there. You know, she didn't have respect for this person and the way he had died. She was making it seem like she might have did something to have the man taken out. You know what I mean? So it wasn't too long after that she did that interview. That shit went viral. What did it do? She put out the location of where she was gonna be at. It was like a little pop out, you know, some type of opening to a store or whatever. And they didn't hesitate. They pulled up on that girl and they lit her up, man. And she had a kid too. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, you're right about that. That's a good point right there. Yeah, it's always the male rappers for the most part that we hear about passing away in, you know, in numbers and stuff like that. It's crazy. Thanks for having me tonight. I know it's been a long time. Much respect to you and your chat. I appreciate you, 755. You know, I don't pop out too often, you know. I be around. I was peeking in your bushes the other night to see what you know, were doing and stuff like that. Glad to see you still doing the, you know, keep doing the art thing. You know, like I said before, you got a genuine talent, you know, to bring to the platform. So that's always respect to see somebody with something like that, you know. But yeah, yes, to not be distracted and keep your energy high. Hmm. Yeah, she was totally disrespectful. They did her. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I just yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just forgot the name, man. She was wild disrespectful. Like she was just shitting on this man. You know, no, of course, no woman. Nobody's gonna vouch for a man putting hands on a woman, of course. But the route she took, is, I don't think that was necessary because it's like he's not here. It's just the family. You know, you gotta have, you know, some type of, you know, be courteous to some extent to them. You know, she was bragging. She's like, they ain't gonna do nothing. What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And then right after that, you gonna really have the, you know, and people be doing shit and they really be feeling like they're invincible. Like we're all you do know you're flesh and blood just like everybody else, right? You do know you're not far out of reach, right? Like anybody can get touched out here. Nobody's exempt to that. There are like you got kids who are in the street, like teenagers who get shot, who get their life snatched. So you don't think you being 20 something or 30 something, why wouldn't it be able to happen to you? I don't understand. That's not the way to live your life. If you thinking you nothing can happen to you, then those are the ones it happened to, obviously. I wish I might walk around thinking that nothing at all. I walk around every day remembering that something could happen to me. That's what keep me. That's why I move the way I move because I'm like, yo, that's basically why I be saying appreciate every second, minute, hour, day, month, year. All of that is a blessing. Your parents bringing you into the world, that was a blessing. You know what I mean? It could have been Marquise. Maybe one if it wouldn't have been Marcus. One if it would have been Marquise or Markeith. You know what I mean? But I really be thinking about that. Like, life is too precious, man. Anytime you hear me speak, you gonna hear me say something, you know, similar to that. Because I just don't think people really understand what life is really about. You know, it's like Amber said not too long ago. When you take that second look, it's like, okay, so this is what it's about. Okay, you gotta get your mind right. You just look at things different. It's like, damn, she killed him in self defense. Is that what happened, 7-5? Or you just saying you think that's what probably could have happened, whatever? And even if she did, it's like, 'cause that's still somebody's son. That's still somebody's brother, whatever the case. So when she did that interview, like, come on, man. Like, she wasn't nothing about, not trying to disrespect the dead or nothing, but she wasn't nothing about, look like she about 40 pounds or something. Like, how you walking around with your chest all out, like nobody can get close to you? You don't look nothing about 40 pounds and probably got to put a brick in there to make it 45. You got to put a brick in your purse to make it an even 45. Come on, man. It'd be some of the most wimpiest, some of the most cowardly, courage the cowardly dog type motherfuckers that be out here, acting like, they chest all out, like nothing can't happen. They ain't nothing exempt. Nobody's exempt. Anybody get punched in their mouth, anybody can, like anything can happen to anybody. It's like people forget that. Like, you just human. You're just human. We all got a date. We all got two dates. Those two dates, you know, when the life begun and when the life ends. Like, anything between that, you understand? But just understand, don't take anything between those dates for granted. That's the message I try to get across. Everybody got a different message and all of that. It don't matter what I'm talking about, what I'm speaking on. My whole thing to people is just remember that. If there's something you want to do, if you got a bucket list or something, I'm not saying live your life like scared or nothing, like thinking, oh my God, I might die tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. If you get me, you get me. You smell me, you smell me. I guess you around and found out. People need to be more careful what comes out their mouth with. I'm real brave, but I watch my mouth because nobody's promised the next breath. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. We all confident. We all going to protect ourselves if we have any altercations. We're all going to slide accordingly. Should we get in a jam? But it's just people out here who think that it can't happen to them. And my only question I got is, why not? Tell me why. That's it. Yeah, but she did. She found out, but people don't think past go. Right. She didn't think past go and she ended up getting stopped. No, he abused her bad. She killed him in self defense, got off, came out, and became the most disgusting person. Next thing you know, they was hosing her off the pavement. Mm, wow. You good, 755, you good on the live. It's all good. I don't be tripping about like words and stuff over here like that. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if that was the case, I wouldn't have no damn live, because listen, of course, I know now it's more than just a business with YouTube, but it's not just. Cause I remember people used to say, "Well, damn, why y'all trying to stop me from talking? Isn't it, freedom of speech and all of that?" But in a way, it's really not though. That's kind of like the last thing it is. It's freedom. It's not freedom of speech when you're limited to what you can say, this has been built into a business. So it's like you can either get on board and get some of a few pennies they giving out, but regardless, they gonna be watching over what you say in your shit. So you might as well get the few pennies, I guess. I don't know. If you feel like going through. Say it, Amber. Yes, energy never dies, but these are only vessels. It's like 755 said, they don't think fast that second. Some of us are going to see each other again on the next level. As long as I see the genuine ones, it's all good with me. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, every time I get up here, man, if I don't do nothing else, you know, how long I've been on here? Hour 25. You know, like that was a blessing to be able to sit on here for even that hour and 25 minutes to talk, for the few minutes I was talking. Willis, your voice is very easy to listen to. Appreciate that, Amber. Appreciate that. Y'all know I don't come on too much, but I just had to tap in, man, because I'm just like looking around and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Folks getting it popping on IG. They talking about phone was hacked. Debates going on. Supposed to give us reasons for why we should pick them and they still bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Rappers overdosing. Uh, Folks dropping dead on stage. Uh, what else? What else? You know, People who got all the money in the world still holding on to past issues, all type of shit going on. There's more to come. As this year like slowly gets close to closing out, I'm sure there'll be other things we're gonna be able to talk about. It's like wow, there's not one year that goes by where it's just like wow, I thought I seen everything. Cause there's always something new, always. But that's life. You just slide accordingly to everything. That's all. Thank you, Realest One. Peace, love, prosperity. Amber, Nexie, and Chay, y'all have a great night. Look forward to seeing y'all soon. Yeah, appreciate you, 755. Always. You already know. You know? Peace and blessings and all of that. I'm not going to be too much longer. I'm going to wrap it up in a second or two. You know? I had to test it out earlier. I was about to get on here, and I'm like, wait a minute. I felt like an old head who was trying to figure out technology. I'm like, oh, this ain't right. This ain't right. Yeah, but you already know. All I do on my lives is talk, but I have a very small audience, and it's hard to talk to myself. That's how it is with a lot of people, and but don't feel no way about that. If it's meant to be heard, it'll get heard regardless. If it's genuine, if it's real, then it'll get heard. I was talking to somebody the other night, and it was like, I don't really have a lot of people who come in here, but it'd be people who be having some good content too. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be people on here who be having some excellent content. They be touching on some real interesting stuff. But it's the algorithm different. That algorithm is a trip. Just because you bringing something that's you know dope to the table, even if it's beneficial to people, that doesn't mean that you know you're gonna necessarily like be seen the way that you want or whatever the case. And like I said, I've been on here for a few years. I know me doing what I'm doing now. This is my YouTube is just a hobby phase. You understand? When I took it serious, then I was doing what I had to do. Like I know what my lane is. I already said it before. Everybody knows me for the battle rap thing. I took a break from that and I'm like, let me just go another route. Let me just start speaking about things in general, life in general. You know what I'm saying? Things that people can relate to. You know what I'm saying? But should I continue to do content, then, you know, maybe by 2025, if I'm still even like around on this app, then I'll probably go back to doing what I was doing before. I know a lot of people be like, I don't really be understanding the battle rap thing, but you know, you my guy, so I still, you know, I hit the like button and all that, and I always appreciate that. Because some people, if they don't like your content, then it's like, I can't hit the like for you. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like that. They be like, if they don't like your content and what you're doing, if they don't understand it, then they don't really want nothing to do with it, you know? But I don't, that's not how I rock though, you know? I don't care what your content is. Even if it's not something I can resonate with, I'm still gonna leave a like and a comment, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? If I consider myself a supporter of yours, then I'm still gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a real supporter do, right? It don't matter what the person is talking about, even if it doesn't necessarily resonate with you. If you consider yourself a supporter anyway, because I think a lot of people got that word supporter, they got that word twisted up. Some people be talking about support all day long and be doing the complete opposite of that shit, you know, which is a different story, but I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know, that hypocrite shit. I don't like that shit though. I call that shit out all day long. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody scared. Amber said I was in some other chats a few days ago and they just pissed me off so bad. I'm not even really trying to be in no chats no more. Yeah, I get what you mean by that, Amber. You know, the chat thing can wear it can you know it can wear off on you. You know, sometimes you get very mindful of what rooms you go into. You understand? You know, like me, I be around, I be peeping things, this, that, and the third, but I be around, but I don't be around. You understand? I'm just sliding accordingly. You as well, 755. See you soon. It's okay if the audience is small. We listen to average because it means the right people, right type of people are listening and following you. And would say some people have over 1,000 subs, but never more than 30 in the chat. So I'm okay, but YouTube is a good way to clear your mind by speaking. Yeah, YouTube is kind of like therapeutical in a way, you know, because even if you don't know who's watching, you know that somebody's gonna come across the video that you put out with a live that you're doing, and I think that's what it is for a lot of people. I think that's the reason why a lot of people do the YouTube thing, because they just want to, you know, get things off their chest. They just want to release some energy, you know, and they have a particular message that they just want to be heard by people, even if they never seen the people a day in their life. You know, it's like I just gotta say this. Something told me to get up here and say this, so I'm just gonna say it. You know, I go back and delete a lot of lives after I get it out. Therapy, yeah. I've deleted lives before, but you know, amen, understood. Yeah, but to any and everybody, you know, like I can tell you from experience, this right here, this YouTube thing, it's not for the weak of, you know, how did he say it? It's not for the weak of heart. And that's how they say it, right? 'Cause like I said, I know multiple channels on here who are delivering some A+ content, but they're just not getting that spotlight that it seems they should get. Nobody's entitled to it, but when you take a look at the things that do receive it versus the ones who aren't, it's like, are you kidding me? You shitting me? Like I just heard the other day that the politician chick or whatever she is, Candace Owens. I didn't know she even had a channel on here, but she does. She has like a podcast. She does whatever. I heard that she had gotten demonetized or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you know, YouTube on some bullshit. I'm not saying, I don't mean like bullshit as in, oh, they shouldn't have done that to her because I know what she I know she can say things that she ain't, she, that's just kind of weird. She can say some funny style shit. She's the type of person, she just says ignorant things sometimes. Is as intelligent and as attractive she is, because she cute and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think I'd give her a chance or whatever. You know what I mean? But the things she be saying, she come off real cocky, real arrogant and shit like that. I was saying, as big of a figure as she is, if they can demonetize her, then that means it's hunting season for everybody else. You got if you got bigger names on here like of celebrity status, who you figure they always follow the rules, well for the most part, then they ain't safe for nobody then. You know what I mean? But hey, talk therapy is how I see YouTube for me. Yeah. Just sub puzzle. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Candace Owens. She I don't know if she's a politician or not, but she speaks on politics and other things. You know what I'm saying? All I know is she can be a little snasty sometimes. You understand? But shout out to y'all, man, for rocking out with me and all of that. I'm about to wrap this up, but like I say, this is just one of those times where I felt, you know, I needed to speak. I'm just like, damn, it's a lot. What's up? Like, what is going on in the world right now? You know what I mean? Like this, what the hell is going on? If y'all never get anything from anything that I say, then you always gonna hear me say this: protect your peace and slide accordingly. I took the act out and I put the word slide, but it still means the same thing. You know, like life is precious as hell, man. Sometimes it takes us years. The older we get, the more we understand things. You understand? Come over sometime and help me chat out. I think that was you who was live the other day, Amber, and I had popped in. It was like in the daytime. I think that was you who was live because there's another person who comes in here and they got a name that's similar to yours. I feel like it was yours. Yeah, I popped in there and I said what's up, and I had dipped out because I was like busy and stuff. But yeah, I'm always yeah, I got no problem popping in. Shout out to you. Shout out to Nexie. Shout out to the Bushes and all of that. What time is it? 12:03. Okay. Yeah, it's about my time. Yeah, you can drop your link, Amber. You know. Okay. Yeah. I thought there was one word missing. Amber Angel's Truth. Right. I don't know if you know how to drop your link, Amber, but you can drop it. Anybody that's in there, even if you're in the bushes, you can go ahead and do the link thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm only using this one phone right now, so I can't do it, whatever the case. I don't know. You don't know how. Let me see. Um, you know what? If I can't do it through the live, then what I'll do, maybe I'll just share you out like on the wall or something like that. Unless I can do it from my other phone. Let me see. Hold on. I might be able to drop you a link from my other phone. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I got my other phone, so I'll be able to do it for you. Hold on. I should see it pop up. There you go. All right. So anybody who's in there, you know, sub up to Amber because she got a very mellow flow over there, a very like peaceful flow. You know what I mean? Like she got a good vibe over there. Yeah, you already know. But yo. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Bushes and all of that. I'm about to get my black ass off of here. You know, I'm about to catch this show. It's about to come on. You know, I'm a power head. You know what I'm saying? It's power night, so you're already. But like I say, man, protect y'all peace. Every day should be appreciated. You understand? Every second, minute, half a second. A whole lot can happen, you know, between seconds and minutes. A whole lot can happen in the world. You understand? We on different time zones and shit. As I sit here able to speak about these things, there are things actually going on in the world somewhere out there. You know? Every day you wake up, it's just a different, you know, and we know that's how the world is, but sometimes just so much shit that's like crammed together that you hear about. And it's like, it just seems unnatural sometimes. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? You know? But yeah, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening to me, you know, run my mouth, talk my stuff or whatever. Shout out to the Bushes and all of that. Slide accordingly. You already know. I'm out.